There's something peaceful about the early hours of the day. Maybe it's the soft light pouring through the curtains, or the familiar comfort of a warm cup of tea in your hands. You sit quietly by the window watching the world slowly wake up. The birds are just beginning their morning songs, and for a brief moment everything feels calm and steady. But then comes that familiar memory from last night, the one that interrupts your rest more often than you'd like. Waking up again and again to use the bathroom. You try to get back to sleep, but it takes time, and when morning finally comes, you're left feeling tired even after hours in bed. If that sounds like your nightly routine, you're certainly not alone. Many older adults experience frequent nighttime awakenings, and while it's often accepted as just part of aging, sometimes small natural adjustments can make a meaningful difference. Today, let's take a gentle look at something simple and nourishing: your evening vegetables. Yes, the very foods you enjoy at dinner may quietly support a more restful night. We'll explore 6 vegetables that are known not only for their health benefits, but for the way they may help you sleep more soundly without rushing to the bathroom so often. At Senior Wellness, we believe in caring for the body and mind with patience, comfort, and understanding. So settle in, and let's discover together how these humble foods can support a more peaceful night and a more refreshed tomorrow. Butternut squash, a comforting evening companion after 60. As the sun begins its gentle descent, casting golden light across the porch and warming the last moments of the day, there's something grounding about the simplicity of preparing a quiet dinner. Maybe it's the soft hum of the oven or the familiar rhythm of chopping vegetables at your kitchen counter. These small rituals, these peaceful pauses, become more cherished with time. And for many older adults, these evening hours come with a shared hope to finally sleep through the night without being interrupted by yet another trip to the bathroom. If that sounds like your experience, you're far from alone. Nighttime awakenings to urinate, often known as nocturia, are incredibly common after 60. And while it may seem like an unavoidable part of aging, there are gentle, natural ways to support the body, starting with what we eat in the evening. One humble hero in this conversation is butternut squash. A soft, sweet, and deeply nourishing vegetable that may be doing more for your nighttime comfort than you realize. Butternut squash is more than just a fall favorite or something you see at the local farmer's market in baskets next to apples and corn. It's a food rich in nutrients that may quietly support your body's balance, especially when it comes to digestion and bladder relaxation. Its soft texture makes it easy on the stomach, and its mild sweetness feels like a cozy hug for the taste buds. What makes it even more special is its high content of potassium and magnesium, minerals, known to support healthy muscle function. And yes, that includes the muscles of your bladder. When the bladder is overly active or easily irritated, it can signal the need to urinate even when it isn't truly full. Butternut squash's soothing properties may help your body feel calmer in the evening, promoting a more restful night. Imagine enjoying a warm bowl of roasted butternut squash with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a touch of olive oil. Maybe you're sitting at your favorite spot in the backyard, surrounded by blooming flowers, or listening to the soft hum of cicadas. It's a simple moment, but one that invites peace, comfort, and nourishment. For those focused on Veggies, Senior Wellness, the idea isn't to overhaul your diet overnight or follow complex rules. Instead, it's about leaning into small, thoughtful choices like adding a serving of butternut squash to your dinner plate that gently support how your body feels and functions. From a digestion standpoint, butternut squash is rich in dietary fiber, but gentle enough not to cause discomfort. That balance matters especially in the evening, when heavy meals can disrupt sleep. Its natural starches are also slowly digested, which can help stabilize energy and prevent blood sugar spikes that may disturb rest. There's also an emotional comfort in warm, familiar foods. For many older adults, meals are more than nutrition. They're a return to memory. Butternut squash might remind you of a Thanksgiving table of cooking with loved ones, or of browsing the produce stands at a weekend. Senior living community market. Chatting with local farmers about what's in season. Of course, not everybody is the same. What works well for one person may not for another. So if you're managing specific health conditions or medications, it's always wise to consult your doctor or a nutrition professional before making changes to your diet. Every small step should feel safe, intentional, and guided by your unique needs. But if you're simply looking for a delicious, gentle, and comforting food to enjoy with dinner, and maybe just maybe support a better night's sleep, butternut squash is a beautiful place to begin. Sometimes wellness doesn't come from a big breakthrough. Sometimes it's found in the little choices: a cup of herbal tea before bed, a short walk at dusk, or a serving of soft golden squash on a quiet evening. These are the rhythms of a life lived with care, and at this stage, that's the kind of care we all deserve. Zucchini, a gentle vegetable for peaceful evenings. After 60 bears, there's something comforting about the end of a long day. Maybe it's the way the air cools as the sun slips behind the trees, or the soft creaking of a wooden chair on the front porch as you rock slowly back and forth, lost in thought. A light breeze rustles the leaves, and in that quiet space between afternoon and evening, you start to think about what to cook for dinner. Something simple, something nourishing, something that won't leave you feeling too heavy before bed. For many older adults, choosing what to eat in the evening comes with one very real concern: how will it affect your sleep? More specifically, will it send you to the bathroom once, two, or even 3 times during the night? Waking up frequently to urinate can be exhausting both physically and emotionally. It disrupts your rest, chips away at your energy, and can leave you feeling drained before a new day even begins. That's where gentle, moisture-balanced vegetables, like zucchini, come in. Not as a cure, but as a quiet companion to help the body settle and the bladder stay calm. Zucchini is one of those humble foods you might walk past at the local farmer's market or grocery store, sitting in neat rows alongside tomatoes and bell peppers. It doesn't demand attention, but that's exactly what makes it so dependable. Its soft texture, high water content, and low acidity make it incredibly easy on the digestive system, especially in the evening when heavy meals or overly spicy foods can trigger discomfort or restlessness. Unlike certain watery fruits or diuretic vegetables that may increase urine production, zucchini provides hydration in a more balanced way. It contains enough moisture to support your body's natural processes without overstimulating the bladder or kidneys. That means you can enjoy a light, hydrating dinner without increasing your chances of waking up to use the bathroom during the night. Picture this. You're in your kitchen at dusk, a soft light over the stove gently sautéing slices of zucchini in a bit of olive oil, maybe with a few sprigs of fresh thyme from your backyard herb garden. The aroma fills the air as you stir slowly, breathing in the familiar comfort of a quiet meal made with care. Paired with a piece of grilled chicken or a few spoonfuls of brown rice, it's the kind of dinner that feels good in both body and spirit. When we talk about senior wellness, we often think of big changes, exercise plans, supplements, or strict routines, but sometimes it's the small choices that bring the most peace. Adding zucchini to your dinner is one of those gentle shifts. It's not dramatic, it doesn't require a special diet, and it's not expensive or hard to find. Yet its mild nature and thoughtful balance of water and fiber may help reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom by supporting a calmer digestive rhythm. There's also something reassuring about cooking with a vegetable that feels so familiar. Many of us grew up with zucchini casseroles on summer nights, or fresh zucchini slices on the grill at neighborhood barbecues. For older adults, food is more than fuel. It's memory, it's connection, it's part of the rhythm of life. Whether you buy it from a neighborhood grocery store or chat with a local grower at a senior living community produce fair, zucchini offers a way to stay connected to that rhythm. Of course, every person's body is different. What feels gentle to one person may not work as well for another. That's why it's always a good idea to talk with your doctor, especially if you're managing bladder health or dealing with medications that affect your body's hydration and elimination. But in the meantime, know that small, mindful choices like enjoying a bowl of lightly seasoned zucchini in the evening can become a peaceful part of your nightly routine. In a world that moves fast and often feels overwhelming, there's power in slowing down, listening to your body, and choosing foods that bring comfort instead of complication. Zucchini might not be flashy or trendy, but it offers something even more valuable: gentleness, balance, and ease. So the next time you plan a meal as the sun fades behind your backyard fence, consider adding a few tender slices of zucchini to your plate. Your body, and maybe your sleep, just might thank you. Chayote squash, a light and loving choice for digestive comfort. After 60 hakosishiti, some evenings feel quieter than others, especially the ones where you step outside just before dinner, feeling that soft glow of sunlight stretch across the backyard. The hum of lawn sprinklers, the scent of fresh-cut grass, the gentle rustle of leaves. Maybe you're standing near the porch rail with a light cardigan wrapped around your shoulders, wondering what to prepare for dinner that won't feel too heavy, yet will still nourish you deeply. If you've reached a point in life where sleep doesn't come as easily as it once did, Especially with digestion becoming a bit more sensitive, you're not alone. Many older adults experience changes in their digestive rhythms. Meals that once felt comforting can suddenly feel too rich or too much. And on top of that, waking up at night, whether due to discomfort, bloating, or an urge to use the bathroom, can take a real toll on your energy and peace of mind. That's where simple water-rich vegetables like chayote squash can quietly shine. Now you might be asking, what exactly is chayote squash? It's a light green pear-shaped vegetable that you may have seen tucked into a corner of the produce section, perhaps near the cucumbers or zucchini. Common in Latin American cuisine but gaining popularity across the U.S., chayote is known for its high water content, crisp texture, and mild, slightly sweet taste. What makes chayote particularly friendly for senior wellness is how well it supports the digestive system. It's packed with gentle, hydrating moisture and fiber, yet it's never harsh on the stomach. For older adults looking for ways to feel lighter after dinner and possibly sleep more soundly, chayote offers a comforting balance between substance and softness. Picture yourself at the local farmer's market on a late Saturday morning. The booths are bursting with color, deep red tomatoes, bright yellow corn, and nestled in between a basket of shiny green chayote. You chat with a friendly vendor about how to prepare it, maybe even swap stories about your favorite family recipes. Later that evening, you sit at your kitchen table watching the sky darken through the window as you steam a few slices of chayote with a pinch of salt and a splash of lemon. It's not a flashy dish, but it's light, satisfying, and kind to your body, especially if digestion tends to be a bit slower than it used to be. For those focusing on senior health tips. Meals like these can help create a more peaceful transition into the evening hours. Unlike rich foods that sit heavy or cause discomfort, chayote is soft and moisture-rich, making it easy for the body to absorb without added stress. And because it doesn't overload the system, it may help reduce nighttime bloating, reflux, or that full uneasy feeling that often leads to tossing and turning in bed. Of course, digestion isn't just about what we eat. It's also shaped by how we eat, whether we're rushed or relaxed, distracted or present. The beauty of chayote is that it naturally invites you to slow down. It's not a fast food. It's not a frozen meal. It's a vegetable that asks for gentle preparation and rewards you with simple comfort. You might slice it into a soup with carrots and onions, or saute it lightly with garlic and olive oil. Some enjoy it with eggs for a soft evening scramble. However you prepare it, its texture remains light, and its taste remains refreshing, like a quiet reminder to care for yourself in small, meaningful ways. It's important to say, though, no one food is a magic fix. If you have concerns about digestion, hydration, or sleep, always speak with your doctor to better understand what your body needs. But within the gentle rhythm of your day, perhaps while sitting beneath the shade of your porch or walking through your garden in the golden hour, know that vegetables like chayote can be a gentle ally. As we age, wellness becomes less about control and more about care. We move toward foods and habits that support how we want to feel lighter, calmer, more in tune with our bodies. And in that space, chayote isn't just a vegetable. It becomes part of a quiet ritual, preparing a meal that loves you back. So the next time you're planning dinner, maybe after a slow afternoon spent tending your flowers or reading by the window, consider this a small green squash that hydrates, soothes, and digests easily. A choice that helps your evening feel a little more balanced. A reminder that living well doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be kind. Spinach, a gentle green for cleansing and calm. After 60, there's a certain quiet magic in tending to your garden just before supper. The air is cooler, softer. You might be standing near the raised bed in the corner of your backyard, snipping a few fresh leaves for dinner while the sun begins to dip behind the trees. A breeze carries the scent of earth and grass, and everything feels slower, easier, more meaningful. In this gentle rhythm of life, after 60, what we choose to eat and how we feel afterward becomes more important than ever. If you've ever felt a bit sluggish at night, maybe a little weighed down, or simply want to give your body something that feels clean. Spinach. Maybe one of the simplest, most soothing choices you can make. It's not flashy. It doesn't shout for attention. But for decades, it's quietly earned its place in American kitchens as a gentle, nourishing green that cares for your body from the inside out. Especially when we talk about on senior wellness too. Spinach offers a beautiful balance. It's light on the stomach, easy to prepare, and filled with subtle gifts like magnesium fiber and plant-based compounds that support the body's natural rhythm of letting go and starting fresh. Let's begin with that feeling of reset. You know those mornings when you wake up and feel truly rested, not just because you slept, but because your body feels lighter. Somehow, spinach can be part of that experience. It supports gentle elimination and regularity without being harsh or overwhelming. Its natural fiber helps move things along, while its water content keeps things flowing with ease. It doesn't force anything, it simply encourages. You might not think of spinach as cleansing, but that's exactly what makes it special. It isn't some trendy detox drink or extreme regimen. It's simply a leafy green that has been trusted by generations, tucked into scrambled eggs, at breakfast simmered gently into soups, or folded into a simple salad alongside grilled chicken. Its bitterness is subtle, its texture soft, and its benefits quietly consistent. And then there's magnesium, a mineral that tends to get less attention than it deserves, especially in the conversation about aging well. Magnesium plays a key role in how our muscles relax, how we sleep, and even how our nervous system stays calm. Many older adults unknowingly fall short on this nutrient, and spinach just so happens to be one of its richest plant-based sources. Think of magnesium as the body's natural soother. It doesn't make promises, but it often helps things feel a bit more settled, like a deep exhale at the end of a long day. When you enjoy a bowl of sautéed spinach at dinner, perhaps seasoned with a touch of garlic and a drizzle of olive oil, you're not just feeding your hunger. You're offering your body something deeply restorative. Picture this. You've come home from an afternoon walking through your local Bama senior living community's farmer's market. Your canvas bag filled with fresh produce, maybe a few tomatoes, a bunch of carrots, and of course a big bundle of deep green spinach. You take your time in the kitchen windows, open soft music playing in the background as you gently wash each leaf under cool water. Dinner doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes a few handfuls of warm spinach, a soft-boiled egg, and a slice of whole grain toast is all it takes to feel whole. It's also worth noting that spinach is incredibly versatile. Whether you blend it into a morning smoothie layer, it into a warm casserole, or add it to an evening soup, it brings with it not only nourishment, but a sense of simplicity. And that simplicity is part of the reason it works so well for older adults seeking calm clarity and balance in their daily meals. Of course, every person's body is different. What feels gentle and helpful for one may feel different for another. That's why it's always wise to speak with your doctor or a nutritionist, especially if you're managing health conditions, medications, or dietary restrictions. The goal isn't to follow someone else's plan, but to find what fits your rhythm, your needs, and your lifestyle. But for those who are simply looking to feel a bit lighter to support digestion and maybe sleep a little more peacefully, spinach can be a welcome guest at the dinner table. It's the kind of food that doesn't just nourish it, respects. It doesn't push, it supports. And for those of us navigating the beautiful complexity of aging, those qualities matter more than ever. So next time you're in your kitchen at sunset, maybe with the back door open and the scent of blooming jasmine floating in, consider reaching for a handful of spinach. It's a small choice, but one that carries with it generations of quiet wisdom, care, and wellness. In this season of life, the best things often aren't loud. They're leafy and green and supple, and they meet you right where you are. Kale, a bold green with gentle benefits for heart and digestion. After 60 pos, there's something grounding about walking through a garden in the late afternoon. The light is soft golden and the air has that quiet stillness that only comes at the end of the day. You pause for a moment near the flower bed, admiring how the leaves shift in the breeze, and then turn toward your small vegetable patch. Among the deep greens, the curly edges of kale stand out strong, structured, and quietly beautiful. In many ways, kale is like a steady friend, reliable, honest, and full of quiet strength. It may not be the most delicate vegetable, but it offers something deeply nourishing, especially as we get older. Its richness in fiber and heart-supportive nutrients makes it a smart choice for those who are paying closer attention to their health after 60, and for those of us who care about childhood senior wellness. Kale holds a gentle but powerful place at the table. Let's begin with one of its most well-known gifts: fiber. As we age, digestion can become a bit slower. Meals that once felt fine can leave us feeling bloated or sluggish. Fiber helps by keeping things moving, not forcefully but steadily. Kale is packed with both soluble and insoluble fiber, which means it supports regular bowel movements, while also helping your body manage cholesterol levels in a healthy way. It's a vegetable that doesn't just pass through, it helps your system work better as a whole. But kale's gifts don't end with digestion. It's also a friend to your heart. Rich in antioxidants, potassium and vitamin K, kale supports cardiovascular function in ways that are gentle and natural. While we never want to overstate what food can do, nourishing your body with foods that support your heart is one of the kindest things you can do for yourself at any age. Imagine this scene: you've just returned from the local senior center's seasonal market, where volunteers and vendors set up cheerful stands with baskets of fresh produce. You picked up a bunch of fresh kale, deep green, slightly curly at the edges, firm and full of life. Later that evening, you're standing in your kitchen with the window cracked open, the soft clatter of dishes, the scent of garlic warming in the pan. You gently stir chopped kale into the skillet, watching it wilt and deepen in color. Maybe you add a few white beans, a sprinkle of lemon juice, or just a pinch of sea salt. It's not a fancy dish, but it's thoughtful, it's healing, and it feels just right. One thing to remember: kale is hearty, and for those new to it, it can feel strong in both taste and texture. That's why cooking it lightly, steaming, sautéing, or blending it into soups can make it softer and more welcoming. Many older adults find that their digestion responds better to lightly cooked greens than raw ones, and kale is no exception. In the world of senior health tips, it's easy to get overwhelmed by lists of what to eat and what to avoid. But kale isn't a should. It's a maybe you'd like to try. It's a food you can get to know slowly at your own pace. Maybe you start by adding a few leaves into a soup or blending it into a smoothie with banana and oats. Over time, you may find that it becomes a familiar part of your meals, a reminder that strength can be found in small choices. There's also something empowering about preparing food that feels good to your body. It's a quiet way of showing yourself care. As we move into a stage of life where ease and balance become more important, kale offers both support for your digestion and heart, without needing complicated preparation or expensive ingredients. Still, it's always important to listen to your own body. If you have health conditions or taking blood thinners or have dietary concerns, it's a wise idea to speak with your doctor before introducing more kale or other leafy greens into your routine. We're not offering medical advice here, just a warm conversation, a gentle suggestion, and a shared appreciation for the everyday foods that can help us feel more like ourselves. So next time you're planning dinner, maybe after sitting on the porch with a crossword puzzle or walking around the neighborhood with a friend, think about adding a little kale to your plate. It's not just food, it's a signal to your body that you're paying attention, that you want to feel good, and that you value this time in your life. Because KP. Senior living isn't just about staying active, it's about staying connected to your meals, to your body, and to the small choices that nourish you from the inside out. Sweet potatoes, a sweet and steady friend for energy and balance. After 60 hours, as the afternoon light softens and stretches across the lawn, there's something comforting about peeling vegetables at the kitchen counter. The window is open, a breeze carries the scent of nearby lilacs, and the rhythmic motion of your hands feels familiar, reassuring even. Maybe you're humming a tune from years ago, or simply enjoying the quiet. These slow, grounding moments are one of the gifts of growing older, and in these moments, choosing what to eat becomes not just a habit, but an intention. You begin to notice how certain foods make you feel not just full, but balanced. Especially in the evening, you want something that satisfies your hunger without sending your body on a roller coaster of energy spikes or restless sleep. That's where a timeless favorite comes in. Sweet potatoes. Soft, naturally sweet, and deeply nourishing sweet potatoes have long held a special place in American kitchens, from holiday dinners to humble weeknight meals. But beyond their familiar flavor, they offer something even more valuable for older adults: steady energy, digestive comfort, and gentle support for blood sugar stability. For those navigating life after 60, meals that help avoid sharp rises and falls in blood sugar can contribute to more even energy levels throughout the day and night. Sweet potatoes are known for their low glycemic index, meaning they release glucose into the bloodstream slowly and steadily. That can help reduce sudden crashes or sugar spikes that may lead to fatigue, irritability, or even nighttime wakefulness. And then there's the whole fiber. Sweet potatoes are rich in both soluble and insoluble fiber, two forms that support digestion in different but equally important ways. Soluble fiber can help moderate blood sugar by slowing digestion, while insoluble fiber keeps things moving through the digestive tract. For many older adults, that balance is essential to feeling comfortable after meals, especially at night. But there's another mineral in sweet potatoes that often goes unnoticed: potassium. This mineral plays a key role in fluid balance, muscle function, and heart health. It works gently to support the body's natural rhythms, helping you feel more at ease, more grounded. Many seniors don't get enough potassium in their daily diets, and sweet potatoes offer a delicious, easy way to add more of it. No supplements required. Picture this. It's a Saturday afternoon and you're strolling through a small traditional farmer's market in your local senior living community. You pass a table stacked high with freshly harvested sweet potatoes, orange golden, even purple-skinned varieties. You chat with the farmer about the growing season, maybe share a recipe or two from years past. Later you bring a few home and roast them with rosemary, olive oil, and a sprinkle of sea salt. The scent fills your kitchen, and when you take that first bite, warm, soft, slightly sweet, it feels like home. Sweet potatoes are also wonderfully versatile. You can mash them, roast them, bake them whole, or even blend them into soups. Add them to a leafy salad, pair them with beans, or serve them alongside a light protein. They don't demand much, just a little care, a little time, and they'll nourish you deeply. In the world of what senior wellness? There's often talk of superfoods, supplements, and new health trends, but sometimes the most powerful support comes from foods our grandparents already trusted. Sweet potatoes are one of those quiet superstars, unassuming, budget-friendly, and endlessly adaptable. They offer real nourishment without needing to be dressed up or explained. Still, as with all things health-related, it's important to listen to your own body. If you're managing conditions like diabetes, kidney concerns, or heart disease, always check with your doctor or dietitian before making changes to your meals. Every person is different, and good decisions come from understanding your unique needs. But if you're simply looking for a dinner choice that feels grounding, satisfying, and gentle on both your blood sugar and digestion, sweet potatoes are a beautiful option. They meet you where you are, not as a prescription, but as a partner in feeling well. So as the evening settles in, and the sun dips low behind your backyard fence, think about adding sweet potatoes to your plate. Maybe you'll enjoy them out on the patio with a friend, or inside at your favorite kitchen table next to the same placemat you've used for years. However you choose to enjoy them, know that you're choosing not just a food, but a quiet kind of care. In the quiet hours of the evening, when the dishes are done and the day begins to soften, the choices we make, no matter how small, can bring a sense of comfort, balance, and care. A warm bowl of roasted squash, a few leaves of spinach gently wilted in a pan, or a slice of sweet potato shared over conversation. These are more than just meals. They're simple acts of love for your body, your well-being, and your peace of mind. Aging with grace doesn't require strict rules or complicated diets. Sometimes it's about leaning into what feels kind and supportive. These 6 vegetables aren't cures, but they may gently guide you toward deeper rest, steadier energy, and a night of fewer interruptions. We hope today's reflections have offered you not just information, but also inspiration. As always, if you're making changes to your meals or managing health conditions, please speak with your doctor to ensure it's right for you. Thank you for spending this time with us. May your evenings be calm, your sleep be deep, and your heart be nourished. One thoughtful choice at a time. Thank you for spending this time with us. If today's video helped you or reminded you of someone you care about, we'd be honored if you shared it. And don't forget to subscribe for more kind, thoughtful senior health tips each week.